我学会了。
哦，我学会了。
I learned, right? 我学会了。
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 Yes, after learning, you have got this skill.
Yeah.
You can say 我学会了。
我学会了。
Let's put some action after 学会了。
欢迎 Welcome to the program that brings the Mandarin language to the doorstep of Nigerians and lovers of the Mandarin language. On Ni Hao China, we blend cultures in order to achieve common grounds. We go further to expose you to the Chinese culture, technology, economy, travel guide, music, among other exciting topics. The program Ni Hao China is coming to you from Abuja on the network service of Radio Nigeria, Africa's largest radio network. It is a collaboration of the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, FRCN, and the Chinese Embassy in Nigeria. You can listen to the program through all our zonal and FM stations across the country, online streaming portal at www.radionigeria.gov.ng. Click Niger and Spotify. For comments and contributions, please send a message to us via SMS or WhatsApp on 0705 291 1583 and email nihaochinafrcn@gmail.com. I'm Thomas Bello, your guide. China woos Nigerian youths to embrace language culture exchange opportunities as a pathway to global engagement and stronger ties between the two countries. It is on that note that the Embassy of China and its Cultural Center came together once again with Nigeria for a Chinese language proficiency test to broaden their ties on the 5th of June. Students of the Confucius Institute, UNIZIK, took on their counterparts from the University of Lagos. Secondary and tertiary institutions participated in the Chinese language proficiency test. The contest was scored out of 100 points across 4 segments: Chinese knowledge quiz, Chinese singing competition, Chinese cultural talent performance video, and impromptu question and answer session. In his opening speech, the cultural counselor, Embassy of China, who doubles as the director, China Cultural Center, Abuja, Mr. Yang Jianxing, gave the theme of this year's language learning proficiency competition as Chasing Dreams Through Chinese, Making Every Moment Count.
I also wish to express my most sincere gratitude to the teachers and the students of the Confucius Institute at Nnamdi Azikiwe University and the Confucius Institute at the University of Lagos, who have dedicated themselves tirelessly to Chinese language education and to making this competition a reality. It is your steadfast commitment and quiet dedication that have allowed the Chinese language to take root and flourish on this vibrant land. The theme of this year's middle school competition is Chasing Dreams Through Chinese, Making Every Moment Count. The Chinese language is a key to the treasure house of Chinese civilization. It carries the poetic beauty of classic literature, the wisdom embodied in idioms and historical allusions, and the profound heritage of thousands of years of history of China.
Speaking on the occasion, the Director General, Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, Dr. Muhammad Bulama, said the ever-increasing popularity of Mandarin language studies in Nigeria reflects the deepening understanding and cooperation between Nigeria and China. Let's listen to this exclusive interview Ni Hao China correspondent Juanita Ehimiaye had with the DG, FRCN, and the cultural counselor, Embassy of China, Mr. Yang Jianxing.
What is the significance of this to Nigeria and China?
I think this is significant because You know, communication is very key fostering relationships, bilateral, multilateral, whatever kind of relationship. Communication is key in human development. And so when you're talking of learning a language that is being spoken by, in mainland China alone, by 1.4 billion, you know, and then there are other Chinese-speaking people scattered around many Asian countries. So we are talking of a language that is very, very important. And then not only that China is big in population, China is a leading economy. And China is contributing significantly to the socio-economic development of Nigeria, building infrastructure and so many other things. So it's important that as many Nigerians as possible learn to speak the Mandarin language, because it will foster a very deep relationship between our two countries. So this is important, and there's no better way of demonstrating that Nigerians are learning this language than putting together competitions like this. Proficiency, how proficient our youths who are learning this language or who have learned this language in schools, in universities, in other tertiary institutions and so on. So this is very, very important. And I'm also happy that not only that Nigerians are learning Chinese, but the Chinese themselves. A lot of them have social interest in Nigerian languages. I know, for instance, that many Chinese come to Nigeria to learn, for example, Hausa. I know many Chinese people who do that. So this is very significant. Our two countries, you know, we are leaders in our own right. And so if we foster a relationship and we learn to speak our languages, you know, mutually, I think that will go a very long way in fostering very strong relationships. And this vindicates us in Radio Nigeria, for instance, you know, because we do this program, Ni Hao China, in which we try to teach Nigerians to learn to speak.
Do you have any advice for Nigeria and to the Chinese people too?
Yeah, I've always been a proponent of more Nigerians learning to speak Chinese, Mandarin, because, like I said, China is growing exponentially. The economy of China has grown. China is the second largest economy in the world. China is, you know, more or less a superpower today. And so we cannot isolate ourselves from relating properly with the Chinese. It's important that we foster that relationship. So the more Nigerians learn to speak Chinese, the better for our own development, because China is key to our development. They are already doing a lot here. And we also have something from which China will benefit from us. So I want to encourage as many Nigerians as possible, and for many tertiary institutions in Nigeria as possible, to introduce the teaching of Chinese language, for instance. So this is my advice. Even the government should take it seriously, you know. So for the Chinese too, I think China has a lot to benefit from relating with Nigeria. Nigeria is by far the largest, most populated country in Africa, one of its largest economies, you know, very talented people. China can benefit tremendously. So they should encourage the teaching of their language in as many Nigerian universities as possible. I advise that they should go out of their way to relate with, say, the Ministry of Education, like I said during the program, to make sure that more Nigerian universities foray into the teaching of the Chinese language. But the Chinese too should also take Nigerian languages seriously too, you know, so at least the major Nigerian language.
Thank you very much, DG. Councillors, is this the first time you are holding this competition?
Actually, this is not the first time, because
Okay.
last year we also held this series competition, yes.
What would you say are the challenges
Yeah.
today compared to last year?
Okay, I think the participants' ability of Chinese language is getting higher and higher. And we really felt that Nigerian young people, including secondary school students and college students, they're really very, very passionate on learning of Chinese language. And every year, you know, focused on their speech is the content, their opinion about our two countries' mutually beneficial cooperation and the potential of our two countries' development. They are really expecting they can be involved in a big historic opportunity. They need to learning Chinese language, grab the big opportunity to strengthen your country's development and economic and social, and benefit our two countries.
So the first winner is going to go to China, and
Yeah.
then compete with other countries?
Of course. Actually, today we just finished the two competition. One was for the secondary school students, and the other one is for the college students. The two number one, they are going to get the opportunity to go to Beijing to participate in world competition. The award is not only, and our Chinese embassy in Nigeria, we also prepared some cash to the first, number one, number two, and the other participants can also get some cash.
FRCN is advocating teaching Mandarin language in secondary schools and tertiary institutions. But let's feel the pulse of these students about learning foreign language.
My name is Iso Joanna Smart, and I'm from GSS Student Wada. Well, I'm interested in learning Chinese. I think last year I was learning Japanese in a way, but I'm interested in learning Chinese. I think it was really nice and really educational, and I think it has really inspired me to learn Chinese.
My name is Nnamdi David Elele. I just love Chinese in my own way because if I speak Chinese now and I go out there, I'll find favor. So as a Nigerian now, my hope now is to learn Chinese. From Chinese now, I can go and be learning Japanese, Korean.
Okay, you just heard from them. We cannot leave without bringing you the message of the Permanent Secretary Education, FCT, Mrs. Joy Okeke.
Language is not just a tool for communication, but a virtual means of transmitting civilization, generational cohesion, commerce, and one-to-one human adaptability and acceptance. It is not gainsaying that these factors play a major role in the continuity of human existence, thus the world itself. Having that in mind, it is highly commendable that the Chinese embassy, with its 5,000 years of civilization and having over 200 million learners of Mandarin worldwide, is being promoted up to its learning in secondary schools, particularly in the FCT. You may like to know that the FCT schools is so far the only public secondary school in the nation with well-established Chinese corners, where language, wushu, cultural dances, lion dances, art and craft, capacity building, and numerous bilateral activities takes place annually in promoting our collaborations. We are on our path, putting all necessary things in order to fully commence the learning of Chinese language.
Radio Nigeria, uplifting the people and uniting the nation.
It's time for our language session. Last week, we learned how to use verbs to convey our messages. Things like 会做饺子 can make dumplings, 不会做饺子 can make dumplings, and many others. On today's edition, we shall feature the concluding part of last week's lecture. 亚平老师, we're set to go.
Thank you, Thomas. 谢谢。大家好 ，Hello everyone. 我是亚萍，欢迎收听 Chinese lesson with me and Princess.
大家好 I'm Princess.
Good to have you for the concluding part of our language lesson session, using verbs to convey our messages. Did you practice what you learned last week? Okay, Princess, are you ready? So, can you mix dough?
你会和面吗？
Mix dough?
和面
Yeah, I can.
我会，
But
但是
I can't knead dough.
我不会揉面。
It's okay.
没关系。
Yeah, no problem, right?
Yeah.
Okay, take it easy. Slow down.
慢慢来。
Can you roll wrappers?
你会擀皮吗？
擀皮。
擀皮。
你会擀皮吗？
你会擀皮吗
I can't roll wrappers.
我不会擀皮。
Too hard is so difficult.
太难了。
Yeah. Can you?
你会吗？
Yeah. So here I just admit the same question, right?
Yeah.
Can you 擀皮吗？ Okay. So 你呢？你会吗？ Yes, I can.
会啊。
Yes, 我会。
我会。
So you are so great.
你真厉害。
Yes. If I want to say, I also want to learn.
我也
想学，然后我也想学。Great. Okay, and you can do it.
加油
Yeah, 加油。
加油
So, can you boil dumplings?
你会煮饺子吗？
I can't.
我不会，
I teach you.
我教你。
Okay, so there is a word, maybe you forgot this one. You are so great, and we can use another word, 厉害。
厉害，
厉害。
厉害。
Yeah, 厉害 to show you are excellent.
Okay.
Awesome. 厉害。
厉害，
厉害。
厉害，
你真厉害。
你真厉害，
你真厉害。
你真厉害。
So everybody, I hope you can learn Chinese very well, and then one day you just walk on the street and meet the Chinese guy or some other people can speak Chinese and take a conversation.
Yeah.
And then other people can say, "Oh my God, you are so great!" 你
真厉害。
Yes, 你真厉害。Okay, so after learning, you can do it, and you can say 我学会了。
哦，我学会了。
I learned, right? 我学会了。
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 Yes, after learning, you have got this
Yeah.
skill.
Yeah.
You can say 我学会了。
我学会了。
So, what did you 学会了? Okay, let's put some action after 学会了. So, we can say 我学会了和面。
我学会了和面。
What's the meaning?
I learned how to mix the flour.
Yes, okay. You have got the skill, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 我学会了揉面。
I learned how to knead the dough.
Yes. 我学会了擀皮。
I learned how to
roll
roll
wrappers.
the wrapper.
Okay, 我学会了和馅儿。
I learned how to
mix the filling.
How to-
我学会了包饺子。
I learned how to wrap the 饺子.
Yes, dumplings. 我学会了煮饺子。
I learned how to boil the dumpling. 我学会了吃饺子。好 Yeah.
吃饺子 Okay. Okay, so that's about this one, and let's talk about the dialogue again. So I think we should do it again, and
Okay.
you can follow us to repeat. Okay. 喂 Princess, 你在做什么？
我在包饺子，但是我不会，怎么办？
别着急，我教你。你会和面吗？
和面，我会，但是我不会和面。
没关系，慢慢来。你会擀皮吗？
我不会擀皮，太难了。你会吗？
会呀，我会。
你真厉害。
加油！你会煮饺子吗？
我不会。
我教你。Yes, okay, so if you learned it, right? 我学会了。
我学会了。
Okay, Princess, what did you learn?
我学会了吃
饺子 Okay, 吃饺子 And any other?
我学会了开车。
坐开车 Are you sure?
我学会了开车。
Yeah, because the 开 is the action here.
Yeah,
you cannot use the do
做
again. Yes. Yeah, any other?
我学会了
Speak Chinese?
说汉语。
Okay, and write Chinese character.
我学会了写汉字。
Okay, so and cook Chinese food.
我学会了做中国菜。
Great. So I hope everybody you also can learn some and use this sentence. 我学会了. Okay, so Princess, you learn to make Chinese dumplings, right? 你学会了包饺子. But in China, not everyone knows how to cook, how to make dumplings.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought all Chinese people can cook Chinese food.
Just like everybody think our Chinese people can kung fu. Yes.
Oh my god.
Everybody meets the Chinese guy will ask, can you kung fu? Can you do the martial things, right?
arts?
Yeah. No, not everyone.
Okay.
Yeah. So young Chinese people can't cook. Yeah. Some, they order food delivery on their phones.
Oh yeah, just like in Nigeria.
Yeah,
some
so-
young people order
Yes.
food.
Okay, so maybe we use the app Glove.
Global. Yeah.
Global, okay. And in China, we use 美团. Okay,
Global.
so in traditional Chinese families, mothers and grandmothers usually do the cooking. But now, although, okay, some young people can't cook, but they can learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they are learning how to cook. And these men, we call them 暖男.
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 Do you remember 暖?
暖.
Warm. Yeah, 暖男, warm guy.
Okay.
Okay, so that means a guy who is caring and can cook for the family.
Nice.
Yeah,
Really
暖男.
nice.
Okay, 你有弟弟吗？弟弟，你有哥哥吗？
我有个
Okay, 你有哥哥。Okay, so 你的哥哥your 哥哥 is a 暖男。
Very 暖男。
Very 暖男。
Likes to cook.
Okay, 很暖 right?
Yeah.
很暖。Okay, 很暖。
Yeah.
You can call your 哥哥暖男。
Okay.
And the wife or other people also can call him 暖男。
暖男.
Yes, that's nice. Okay, so everybody, it's time for us to end the learning here. But let's review quickly. Yes. So today we learned can you do something? For example, can you cook Chinese food?
你会做中国菜吗？
If you say I can.
我会做。
Yeah, if you say can't.
我不会做。
Yeah, you just use the 会 do something and 不会 do something.
Okay.
Yes. And other foods cook, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cook, make a fried rice.
做炒饭。
Can 做炒饭. How to say?
会做
Yeah.
炒饭。
Yes. Okay, can't.
不会
Yeah, 不会做炒饭. Easy, right? Okay, so make sour soup hot pot.
做酸汤火锅。
Can you?
我不会。
Yes. 做 jollof rice.
To make jollof rice.
你会吗？
我会。
Okay, so 做 puff puff.
To make puff puff.
Yes, okay. 你会做 puff puff 吗？
我不会做 puff puff.
Okay, 我会买。I can buy it. Yeah, 我会买。
Yeah.
Okay, so and the next one, can speak Chinese.
会说汉语。
Can't drive.
不会开车。
Can sing.
会唱歌。
Can't dance.
不会跳舞。
Can play basketball.
会打篮球。
Can't play soccer ball.
不会踢足球。
Can take photos.
会拍照。
Yeah, and can't shoot videos.
不会
拍
视
视
频。
频. Yes. Okay, and if you can't, right? So I will ask, what should I do?
怎么办？
I'll teach you.
我教你。
I can't either.
我也不会。
Yes, ask somebody, right? Maybe ask teacher 亚萍.
问亚萍老师。
Ask princess.
问 princess.
Yes, and take it easy, take it slow, slow down.
慢慢来。
Don't worry.
别担心。
Yes. Okay, so everybody, now we want to hear from you, our listeners.
Do you know how to cook a special dish from your family? Or maybe you just learned how to make something new?
Yeah, so share with us using our sentence pattern. 我会做 I can or 我学会了.
For example, 我会做 egusi soup. 我妈妈
教我.
我妈妈教我. I can make egusi soup. My mom taught me.
Yes. Okay, 我学会了做炒饭. I learned how to make fried rice. I got this skill.
Leave us a comment. 欢迎给我们留言.
Yes, that's all for today. 再见.
下次见.
Thank you, Lao Shu, for that educative session. Hope you have learnt a lot today, my dear listener. The Mandarin lesson continues next week, Wednesday at 5 p.m. and the repeat broadcast on Thursday at 12:30 in the afternoon. Remember to rehearse what you've learnt today. And for your comments and contributions, please send a message to us on 0705 291 1583 and email nihaochina@gmail.com. One word. The program is Ni Hao China on the network service of Radio Nigeria, Africa's largest radio network. You can listen to the program through all our zonal and FM stations across the country. Online streaming portal at www.radionigeria.gov.ng. Click Niger and Spotify. This is how we wrap it up on today's edition of Ni Hao China. Keep a date with us every Wednesday, same time, on the network service of Radio Nigeria for a fresh edition and a repeat broadcast on Thursday at 12:30 in the afternoon. Thanks for joining us. This program is a collaboration between the Chinese Embassy in Nigeria and the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, FRCN. My producers remain Juanita Ehimiaye and Sunday Igoche. The supervising producer, Roslyn Garba, and the executive producer, Abiodun Ogidan. I'm Thomas Bello, CSL.